I'm here in Sage. I use she, they, any pronouns, and I guess we're vlogging again. It's been a really long time since I've vlogged. I think I was still an undergrad. Yeah, I hadn't graduated last time I vlogged, so that's fun. It is currently maybe like 10 minutes until I need to go work. We are starting this vlog on a Wednesday, and the big thing that I have today is I have Curse of Strahd. I am running D&D today, so I do kind of need to go back over all my prep and look at that. I also have some other like tasks that I can do. Hello, Void. I'm doing like a lot of cleaning stuff, kind of boring stuff, honestly. Today is part of my laundry days this week. I've got like towels and stuff I need to do. I will be doing the dishes today, cleaning the cat litter boxes, daily chores as it is. But at the same time, I do a kind of Pomodoro method whenever I work because I work from home. So I will be doing little things in between chunks of work to like keep myself moving because I have a desk job. The big things that I have as like my hobby goals or like other things outside of my dailies to do this week, technically not this week because actually I've already done some of those. The current goals that I have to complete are: 1, record this vlog, which will be done over the course of like a week, so that's gonna carry over. I also need to go through my clothes. It's been a really long time since I've went through all of my clothes and decided what I wanted to keep and what I didn't want to. It's been a really long time since I've worn a lot of the clothes in my closet, which can't really see a bunch, but like they're tucked into the corners. And I have like drawers in my dresser, of course. What I tend to wear is like a whole bunch of baggy t-shirts and little short shorts because I don't know what fits me anymore because it's been so long since I've worn my clothes. So I need to go through that. This is my Void. He's evil and he just hopped up. He's really pretty. He also hates being held. I'm surprised he didn't scream. Don't remember what I was saying. Something about how I probably won't get to do any like going through my clothes today. That sounds about right. The most likely thing that I'm going to be able to do is my third task, which is I want to work on cataloging some Pokemon cards. I have a friend who is trying to collect cards of every single Pokemon. They sent me a list. I have a whole bunch of bulk because I'm a Pokemon collector. I like to play the TCG too, but my local game store does not run events like that right now. I would like to build decks eventually. It's not in the cards right now, but you know what is in the cards? A whole bunch of Pokemon that I am going to eventually find and grab them and send them off to my friends. Right now I am like working through them in chunks of color because I've already done my binders, which are my collector binders. They're not leaving here, but all of the bulk that I still have is going to be cataloged, and then I'll go through and pick the ones that my friend needs. Right now I've only like gone through the grass bulk I have, so I will still need to go through the fire bulk. I have a scanner. I cannot record myself cataloging any of it, but I do have a scanner on my phone. I use Dex, I think is what it's called. It's a really good scanner. It also has some really fun like achievement-based things, which I'm a sucker for achievements. It's a problem. Besides that, cleaning today, I might pull some more tasks to work on like over the week. Like this video and going through my clothes will be a priority, but I have a kind of busy week, especially because I started this in the middle of the week whenever I know that the next few days are going to be crazy. I will let you know if I end up pulling anything else. Right now I'm really wanting to because the stuff that I have are kind of like big projects, so I might pull another set of hard, medium, and easy tasks. I'll explain that later. I don't really have the time to do it right now because I'm about to go work. So I just finished up with work and took like a little bit of like a reset break. I watched some YouTube on my laptop while laying in bed because I've been at my desk all day. I don't have that much stuff I still need to do, but I need to move some laundry over. I also kind of do need to do my pizza crusts. I make pizza dough, homemade, and it needs to proof for like a day at the very least. But I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do that. I probably will just push it off until Honestly, I might push it off until like Sunday, maybe even until next week. But I know that we only have one more pizza crust in the freezer. So hobby task wise, this is what I consider my like hobby journal. It's where I keep like a list of what goals I'm currently working on. Kind of a mess, but it's like, looks like this. I tend to cycle through a lot of different types of ways to keep up with my hobbies and all the stuff that I want to do because I have so many hobbies and I like to do a whole bunch of different things. What's working for me now? Not saying that it always works. A lot of times I tend to get overwhelmed because I overcomplicate my hobbies because I have a really hard time just like going with the flow. And I'm not in a go with the flow kind of mood today though, or have been for like the past couple of weeks. I really struggle with that. Sometimes like I allow myself some leeway to be like, what do I want to do today? And if it's something that overrides this, that's totally fine. I also like, it's just important stuff that is not like my daily tasks, like doing the dishes. So some cleaning is on the list as well. I have a big Google Doc that I have separated into easy, medium, and hard tasks because it helps my brain at the moment to be able to look at something and be like, oh, that's gonna take me significantly more time or more brain power than something else. So I've been categorizing the like stuff I want to do based off of that. Also, the organization of like my hobby situation is also a hobby of mine. I have a really fun time coming up with new systems and getting weird with it. Used wheels in the past. I have separated stuff based off of hobby type, which I still do. I just have added in the additional thing of separating them from hard, medium, and easy tasks. But right now it's separated hard, medium, and easy and by category. So I basically randomize the category within the hard, medium, easy. Right now, like the main three I told you were this vlog. I need to go through my clothes, which I will not have time to do today, I'm like almost certain. And I was cataloging Pokemon cards. I tried to have some b-roll footage of me doing my Pokemon cards, but it's kind of hard because I can't really record me cataloging them. But I did get through the fire, which was what the goal was. So I carried over a couple of things and pulled some other tasks because I like to keep myself sane during work, have something else that I'm able to do for like quick little bursts in my Pommo method, especially once I get all of my like daily tasks done that I can do in that short amount of time. So I pulled 3 more. My hard task is to clean my doom corner, which is a corner in my closet that stuff has just fallen into because the cats have knocked it down, like clothes. I know there's definitely clothes that have fallen off of hangers back there. I use it somewhat for storage. I have like a bag full of books that I plan to get rid of that I wasn't able to get rid of for my birthday. And God knows what else. I think the Xbox is also stored back there. It is a mess back there and I haven't cleaned it in a hot minute. I think the last time that I went through stuff in that corner was whenever I emptied it out after I got Turtle and Echo, the kittens. So my medium task is I want to read Void Dancer, which I started on. That's what I was doing, like not necessarily in the middle of, but while I was working, I guess kind of. But that was what I was doing for my like little breaks in between work today. I was reading Void Dancer and I am 50-ish, I'm 58 pages into it. I'm on chapter 6. I'm having a good time. I really like Cullen. I don't really know how to feel about it yet. I feel like I haven't gotten quite where I could be. This is a really short book too, like it's under 200 pages, but I don't know. I'm feeling it out. I think this is on par with the other books thus far, although I like the relationship that's building a lot better in this one than I did in The Bard and the Fairy Prince. So, good time. I really like Cullen. I'm excited. Something just happened that involves Cullen's past and I'm excited about it. It's a good time. And then my easy one is I need to clean the trash can in my room. It has some gunk in the bottom of it and I just haven't put aside the time to clean it. So that's gonna be a really quick and easy one. It basically just needs to be sprayed and wiped out. So my randomization method has told me I'm gross and I need to clean, which like fair enough. Oh, and I also at some point need to read over my D&D prep because I know I won't be able to do that whenever I do my usual like 30 minutes before a D&D session, which I haven't talked about actually. Let's talk about that for a second. Before I run D&D, I tend to hop into the Discord call about 30 minutes beforehand, and I just kind of get everything set up. I skim over my notes to like refresh myself, especially because I try to prep my D&D games that I'm running like a week before. So like last Wednesday I went over my prep and made sure I had everything squared away. But there's like a lot of things that happen between one Wednesday to the next, so I have other things that I need to do. So I kind of need to go back over my notes and just kind of like skim through them. Right now we're in a dungeon in the classical death house, which is all I'll tell you about it. Like, we just started, it's only session 2, and I'm really nervous. I don't run for this group of people very often. I've run for one of my players before in like a mini campaign situation, but that player is also the one who ran the Curse of Strahd for me, so it's interesting. I'm having a really good time. I don't typically run for these players, but I've played in a lot of D&D with them. One of them I think has, yeah, one of them has been, we're on hiatus right now, my DM before, and it's just one of those things where I'm kind of intimidated. Like, they're all my friends, but like I'm kind of intimidated because I haven't run D&D for them before, and like they committed immediately to a longer campaign, so scary. I hope it's fine. It's been fine. We had a good time last week, and I had like one of my ideal D&Ds, not last week, we play every couple of weeks, but we had like my ideal session of like, we were a little bit silly, but also we had the horror of Curse of Strahd, so it was like, it was a really well balanced, and I think it was really indicative of the way that I run D&D, and people seem to have a good time, so hopefully that stays true this week. We're currently in a dungeon though, and I struggle a lot with running dungeons, and I don't run a lot of like modules, so it's not my comfort zone either, which is, everything about Curse of Strahd is not my comfort zone except for the fact that it's vampires and horror. I love to really dive into horror, and I love a vampire. Those are like very solid facts about me, is that I love vampires and I like the horror genre, so especially like gothic horror is where I really thrive. I'm gonna go do dishes now instead of ruminating on how terrified I am every single time I run D&D. It happens. My phone did cut me off in that last clip because I hadn't cleaned it out from all of the other clips that I'd been recording yesterday, but today is Thursday. I had a good time with D&D last night, even though I was really nervous. I didn't end up getting like anything done that I said that I needed to, except for like going over my prep, because I was so nervous. I was having a hard time focusing on anything, so I have a lot of dishes I'm gonna need to do today, which is kind of hell, but it'll be okay. I also because I run D&D so late, I guess it's not really that late, it's 10:30, but excuse you, but because I run till like 10:30 and I tend to go to bed, or at least start to try to go to sleep at 11, I had too much energy, and then I stayed up too late, which always happens whenever I run D&D. I have a hard time like turning the brain off after, but it was a good time. I had a very fun time. I like playing games with my friends, crazily enough, and today I'll be playing games with 2 of those same friends, but the game is different because it's Magic the Gathering. We're going to be doing the Pride Commander event, and I am going to be running a Shadowheart Dark Justiciar and Mazarek Crawl Death Priest deck. The thing with the Pride Commander event is that like I might butcher this, but I'm pretty sure it's like, it gives them the partner ability so that you can have 2 commanders at once. Usually I run Shadowheart with a background, but I just put that in my 98, I guess. Instead of having it in the command zone. I enjoy running my Shadowheart deck. My friend Clever, who I'm going to be playing against, made the deck, and I am working on building it in paper so that I can bring it with me whenever we all go to PAX Unplugged. I am getting ready to go work again, of course. I'm also very tired, but I'll be okay. For the most part, I need to fold some, like, I need to do some more cleaning stuff, like folding laundry and stuff. But outside of that, I think the big thing is I'm gonna just like on my breaks be reading Void Dancer. I do want to go back into my story graph and start cleaning it up because I transitioned all of my stuff from Goodreads to Storygraph, and I realized today that like I don't need to have like all of these what used to be Goodreads shelves in Storygraph, because Storygraph already has like pre-decided tags for things, specifically genre. On Goodreads, I had a whole bunch of like TBR fantasy, TBR romantasy, things like that as shelves, and I don't need that in Storygraph because Storygraph already pre-tags everything with their genres. So I just need to get rid of all of those tags that I added on myself whenever I transitioned everything over. And I also need to look into my TBR rereads, because I did realize that like right now I've separated my TBR into like series that I'm currently reading, new series, so like the first book in a series, and standalone books. But I think I also need to add my reread TBR, because there's a lot of books that I own that I haven't read since 2010s, honestly, which means I might be holding on to books that I don't even like anymore. I know that was the case whenever I reread The Maze Runner. Like, I did not enjoy the book as an adult, so I got rid of it. So anything that I haven't read in the 2020s, I would like to reread. Though it might, me saying the 2020s might not technically be true, because I have a handful of series that I started the first book of and then just got distracted and never finished the reread of. But that's not really that important. I just need to actually add a few rereads onto my TBR because they're not represented anywhere else really besides my like big 2000 something TBR. So I think I'm gonna do that. I might do that now, actually. I shouldn't do that now. Even though I really want to. I'll do it on one of my breaks probably. But other than that, I don't think there's anything particularly interesting happening. I'll let you know how the magic game goes. And if I do anything else fun, I'll let you know how that goes too. So I just finished up with work. I am getting ready to take my like mini reset break. But I wanted to tell you that I didn't actually do any reading today. It was in my plans, but then I looked at my list of things to do. And I realized that today is actually the first day of Flight Rising's Sun-Parched Prowl, which is like a little mini micro holiday that Flight Rising, which is a dragon breeding and trading game, browser game, does every year. And I actually need to play some Flight Rising to get the Vista, which is like a little forum decoration, so I can unlock a thing to let me have more dragons. So that's what I did during work today, was on my breaks I played Flight Rising, and actually I trained up a whole bunch of my dragons so that they were a higher level, because I needed to for what's called a fodder lot, where I train up a whole bunch of dragons according to like little challenge rules. I had a really good time. I completely leveled up everybody that I needed to, and then I went into doing a long drop collie challenge, which is essentially there's like a little Coliseum battle area where you collect resources, and I am staying in there until I collect like a full stack of a particular resource. So that's what I have been doing. I also did a little bit of cleaning, like did a litter box, put up some washcloths, like folded them and put them in the cabinets. And now I'm gonna lay in my bed and reset for about 30 minutes before I go do a shit ton of dishes. And probably should start working on my D&D prep for next week. Next Thursday I have a D&D game. It's my like really long campaign. We're currently in like the third arc, like the third section of it. I'll talk more about that if I actually get to do prep. I'm like completely prepped for like the big stuff. It's just I improv some stuff last session that I need to like solidify, and specifically a magic item that I need to solidify and send out to the player that got given it. It's basically a magic item that puts you in a, I think it's gonna be kind of inter-synody, because basically they had a conversation with this vampire drow who was just kind of like, hey man, if you find yourself in a really bad situation and you think you're about to die, get to a door, put this key I'm giving you in a door, and it'll take you to me, which I think is really fun. But specifically the like caveat to that is like, if you're using the key, the implication is you are close enough to death that like maybe you become a vampire about it. So that's gonna be fun. I don't have like mechanics and stuff to it yet. It's a little bit like not quite a deal of like, if you use this, this is what will happen because you used it. But I don't know, I haven't figured out wording on it. It was just something that I was like, man, this kid is confiding about being worried about dying to this like centuries old vampire. Maybe, just maybe, I give this character an out about it. I think it's kind of funny too because it's like the first time this character really divulged like how worried they are about this whole situation. It was to a complete stranger who they've basically only interacted with by whistling songs to each other, which is really cute. I'm very excited. I think there's some other stuff that I have written down in my notes, but that is the big thing. I know that they just leveled up too, so I need to update like my cheat sheet and stuff because they just leveled up. But other than that, I think we're good. I will update you after my Magic game probably. I'm playing Magic tonight. The main goal of that deck is draw as many cards as possible, sacrifice as many cards as possible, as many creatures specifically, and get all of the things in your graveyard so then you can do a big thing later that makes you really scary to everyone involved. There's a couple of different win cons in that deck. The big one is like you put a whole bunch of shit in your graveyard and then you hit people really hard with your guys that have like power equal to stuff in their graveyard and stuff like that. Or there is a really silly one that we found out the last time I played the Shadowheart deck, which is whenever you sack a persist creature that has like a +1 counter on it and it comes back, and each time it comes back it gets another +1 counter on it before you sack it again. Like you can infinitely do it. Usually I'm playing Shadowheart with the Master Chef background, which each time a creature enters, it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. But it's Golgari. I'm gonna have a good time. I like my Shadowheart deck, so I'm gonna play around with some Mazarek and see how I like Mazarek. Yeah, didn't read any Void Dancer, and that will probably be like the main thing I'm looking into doing after this anyways. I kind of am Flight Rising out, even though I didn't get what I needed. Which means I'm probably gonna play more Flight Rising tomorrow during my work breaks. If I don't get it, because I'm kind of busy this weekend, if I don't get it, I will just buy it. Because I'm not waiting a whole nother year to see if I can get it to drop. I'll buy it on the auction house, which is the like community shop situation where other players sell things. It's kind of expensive, but it'll be okay. I was kind of hoping to see if I could get it to drop, but I haven't yet, and it's a rare drop, so we'll see. I will talk to you after my Magic game, let you know how it happened. How it happened. How it went. It is very hot in my house right now, so excuse me for looking a little disheveled. It's like 74 degrees despite all of our ACs running. It's a great time. I just finished playing Magic with my friends, and I got flustered really early because I kept making mistakes because I can't read. For some reason my brain was just not connecting with the cards today, and it's been a while since I've played Shadowheart, so. But I did have a fun time playing Mazarek and Shadowheart together. I think Mazarek's gonna be, I decided to put Mazarek in my normal Shadowheart deck, so Mazarek will be cycled in and out of that as a fun experience. It's also good to have a flyer. I don't think that deck has like any flyers, so Mazarek being a flyer is helpful. But I fully lost the game. Could have won it, misread a card. Which I hate being wrong and I hate making mistakes, but you gotta do it sometimes, and that's okay. I just get really embarrassed and then I get more flustered and then I make more mistakes, which I feel like is a normal thing, but it doesn't change the fact that I feel like this is... But I'm still learning and I'm like trying to find a good place. I'm enjoying playing my Golgari decks. That's my main color vibe. It's my favorite thing to play. I like to play anything that has black in it, quite frankly. I enjoy just making stuff and sacking creatures. That's why I really enjoyed Muldrotha and Edgar Markov. I liked playing those decks too. Those are like the Shadowheart, Muldrotha, and Edgar Markov are the like main decks that I would like to play again and again. So I'm gonna work on building them out physically, which I have like 40 Shadowheart cards already, so love to see it. I'm literally gonna pick one up this weekend whenever I go grocery shopping, because I'm gonna stop by my LGS and see what they have in their binder these days. I'm fidgeting, sorry. I'm probably gonna lay in bed and do a little bit of reading of Void Dancer. I'm like halfway through it now. Curious about what the 5th book is gonna be, because I haven't even pulled it out of the box yet. This one is really short, I think, like, and the chapters are also a lot shorter than what Mewison typically writes. Like, she tends to write really long chapters, and these I don't feel are very long. I think it's interesting. But yeah, so that's what my evening is gonna look like. I'm gonna do some reading in bed. I just keep remembering things that I want to tell you. So I did end up going through and picking a few books to put on my reread TBR, which is now, it now exists in my little thing. This is not the prettiest, but it is functional, and that's what matters. So in my reread TBR, I wanted to read Ouran High School Host Club Volume 1, which, formative anime for me, one of my very first ones. I think it ties with Tokyo Ghoul and like Black Butler as like my first anime, maybe just Black Butler, which explains a lot about me, I think. I also have on that list Dante's Inferno, which I read in high school and never again. So I have a copy of it. Something I should probably reread at some point. But then I also have The Awakening and the Struggle by L.J. Smith, which is the Vampire Diaries books. Tried to reread these a few years back and went, that's awful. These are not good books. And I stand by that. I don't think they're well written at all. But I do kind of want to read them to see if there's anything viable for like a video essay situation, because I really like the show, at least most of the show. I enjoy watching most of the show. And I think there is something to be said about the books as well, especially because I am curious about the further you get in the series. It's one of those like things where you kind of want to read it just to know, but I hear there's some wild stuff that happens later on in the series, which I believe later on in the series it also is like mostly ghost written under the name of L.J. Smith, so it gets crazier and sillier and so weird. From what I remember of like the first two books, because The Awakening and the Struggle are the first two books, but I have the like same bound copy, and I think that's the only way they sell them, but I'm not entirely sure. But those are what's on my list. Yeah, I do kind of need to update this as well. What is the last book that's in here? Death Note Volume 7. I don't know if I've read anything since then, like finished reading anything since then. Oh, I absolutely have, because I read that horror book, You're Not Supposed to Die or something like that. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow's gonna be half work day, and then I'm gonna run through some of my bigger tasks, which include going through my clothes. I might go ahead and like clean out my trash can and stuff like that too. So I'll see you tomorrow. So, 1, I have a girl. Her name is Turtle. She's very cute. 2, I am done with work, which means I can talk about some things. And 3, I'm wearing pink and I feel weird in it. It's like a really light pink and I don't think it's really my color, but that's okay. I'm getting ready to go through my clothes and deal with it. I think this serves a very specific function. Maybe it's just the lighting in my room right now. Specific function being I went to the Cherry Blossom Festival with some friends in DC, so. But first thing first, I want to talk to you about Void Dancer. I finished Void Dancer by Amanda Mewison last night, and I think it was a pretty solid, like it was pretty on par, I would say, with the series as a whole. Like it didn't stand out in a bad way. I had more fun with it than I did The Bard and the Fairy Prince, but something that I didn't notice until I was reading this one was how much shorter the like second, third, and fourth books are than the first one. The first one is like 300 pages, and Void Dancer is 183. I was going through while I was like updating my story graph and everything, and I was like, wow, that's a sharp drop in page quantity. And I think you can kind of tell. The problem I had with The Bard and the Fairy Prince is that I did not like the characters. The problem I had with this was I really liked the characters, but I think for how short it is, it focuses a little bit too much on characters that we've already seen and we've already gotten their romances. Specifically Ashmedai, Nemerak, and Jan Scholar, but like mostly Ashmedai. Like I wanted to see those bits between Cullen and Ash, but the problem is simply there wasn't enough pages for the romance. I wish that there was more to the romance, and I don't think it was necessarily balanced wrong or like badly. It's just I wish that there was more, because I would have gotten more invested in the romance if there was just like a little bit more. I think also the first book in the series has like the most time in world to really develop the relationship. Like I feel like that one's a lot more of a slow burn moment, and the second one kind of is there. I really like the second one, but it still has like the 200 pages instead of 300, but it didn't fall into the same problems of like constantly going back to the other couple or another character from the earlier series. But then the third one felt very fast, and so did this one. This one felt very like fast burn, a little bit insta-lovey, and I think just given the amount of pages, like there just wasn't enough romance to justify all of the sex scenes because so much of the character flaws were focused on, which isn't a bad thing, it's just I wanted more romance. And I think this one was good. I had a good time. I wasn't as invested in the romance as I wanted to be, which sucks. I think I may have initially put this as like a 3.5 on Goodreads. I think it's solidly like a 3.75. But also, like, once again, these are like, this is one of my dear friends' Trash Pocket series. Like, it's written well, which is why you want to keep reading it. Like, there's nothing wrong with the style of writing or the skill of the author. It's just like really tropey, very smut heavy, which is fine, but I just feel like the first 2 books had more romance in them, which is what really got me. There's still one book in this series, and much like this one, the title has like spoilers in it if you've read any of the other books. The last one is the Emerald book, like it has the gem that is emerald. I'm excited to read that one. I also have that one in the box, and then I can send my friend back their books, so that's always a good sign. It very much so fits in that same realm of like the off-campus series, where it's like, it's not bad, but it's not good, but also it's like compulsively readable in a good way. Not compulsively readable in, what was that book I read recently? 99% Mine? It's not like that. 99% Mine was 99% bad. I finished Void Dancer. That's the big thing that I did yesterday. I stayed up a little too late reading it, but it was fine because I knew I was going to be working a half day anyways, which means I slept in this morning. I went, I don't think I'm gonna get up at 7. I want to wake up at 8 instead. What I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna go prep the last little bits that I need to for my D&D game next week, send out little level up reminders if I need to. The big thing is that I need to make sure I note down some things that might come up later in my like bigger master doc. Make sure that that's noted down so I can like pull from those places for later reasons. And make that magic item for Resplendent Velepy, which is the name of the ASMR who got propositioned for vampirism. After that though, I am going to start going through my clothes. I think the best process for me to do that right now is to go section by section, so like drawer by drawer. I will show you what I mean by that, because you can see that I have some clothes in like the hanging up in the corners over there and there, but I also have my dresser, which has 6 different drawers. 2 of them have kind of become catch-alls for like weird stuff. I have some like cosplay costuming that does not need to go in there because it doesn't go there. Like I have a tote full of my cosplay costumes, but it's in storage, so I've just been throwing stuff that I find while I'm cleaning in there. I also have like a drawer that I was using for like shorts and like other bottoms and things like that, because I typically just wear my leggings, but I'm trying to get better about not just defaulting to whatever is comfiest and like putting thought and effort into my outfits, because it makes me feel good about myself, which is why I'm doing a lot of this, as I'm going through stuff and trying to figure out what makes me feel good about myself, because I do tend to just wear a big oversized t-shirt and little shorts or sweatpants around the house, which is fine. It's just that I am in the house 90% of the time, so it'd be nice to have some other options that don't make me feel as like blah whenever I leave the house, because I just wear the same thing all day. Even when I go out, I just will wear like my yoga pants and a big t-shirt because it's what's easy. So I'm gonna try to make other options also easy. But the big thing is I need to make my summer clothing more accessible. I tend to have like 3 main like fits, like tops, which is I wear my big baggy t-shirts or just a variety of t-shirts. I have those, and those are actually in the top drawer of my dresser. And then I wear a lot of button-ups, like funky button-ups that I've thrifted that I enjoy wearing, but they are more summery. They are my like go-to summery things, but I cannot access them because they're in the corners where I don't have access to them. And the last one is like sweatshirts. I have a lot of like decorative like holiday sweatshirts because I like to collect them and I think they're cozy. And I have a lot of like hoodies as well that go kind of fall into that category. So I do kind of just need to put anything that I'm not going to be wearing this summer away. Like it needs to go into the less accessible, which I find the corner over there that I call the tomb corner is the least accessible part of my entire closet. So we're gonna go do some Tentative Heroes Dungeons & Dragons prep, and then I will update you whenever I've gone through a section of my clothes, I guess, if I have something to say. Or I'll just update you whenever I have everything split into 2 to 3 groups. So here's the deal. The top one is full of like my t-shirts. Most of these I like never wear, but I think it's because these are my comfy ones and I'm always reaching for them because they're oversized. This is my dreaded pants drawer that is overflowing. I can't really open or close it anymore. It's got like even my sleep shorts and everything in there. It's a bad time. I've smashed my hand in that drawer more times than I can count. And here is the culprit for why I never use this drawer. It's got cords stuck in there. So you can see that there are pants in here as well as like a blanket that's taking up most of the space. Nonsense. This is a catch-all drawer as well. It's got like leggings and stuff like that, like tights. And then this is my sock drawer, and this is my underwear drawer. So, and then you can see I have a whole bunch of empty hangers. Why? Who could say? A whole bunch of stuff that leads all the way back here, as well as a whole bunch of stuff that leads all the way back there. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start bottom up and start with that catch-all drawer and go up through these and making sure that everything in there is helpful. But like these are the big things, and so is this. Hello. So since the bottom drawer was also all pants, I realized whenever I pulled it out, except for like one skirt, because I don't really wear skirts, I decided to pull all my pants out of the second drawer too, just to see what I have and see what I think needs to go where. And this is where we're at. So here are all my like sleep shorts. Here are all of my like yoga pants like things. Here's all of my sweatpants. Here's all of my like could wear outside shorts. These are biker shorts. I don't know if they fit me anymore. I don't really know where they would go, but I think they're helpful. Here are all of my like jeans, and then that's like specific pants, which sounds weird, but like these are like my Ren Fair pants that I bought. And then these are like some dress pants that I have, but I don't know if they fit me either. So like most of the stuff I haven't worn in ages. This is the like single skirt I own. I think I mostly just kept it the last time I went through my clothes because of cosplay reasons, and I don't really cosplay that often anymore. I tend to lean more towards body painting than like clothing cosplay. So, and then here are just some thick winter pants that do not need to be in like my main drawer taking up that much space. That's where we are. The winter pants I think just need to go into like the bottom drawer because I only wear them as like an extra layer whenever I go outside taking the dogs in the winter. I think I can lose probably these because I don't wear them that often, and then a lot of this stuff it's just subject to whether or not they fit me, if I like the way they fit, and yeah. So I'm gonna try on basically all of my pants, and I'll show you the 2 piles of keep and get rid of. So here's what we're looking at now. These are all of the things from every other drawer that I have. Most of them are pants, like jeans and shorts. Here's stuff that needs to go into my costume tote. Here are all the t-shirts that I'm not sure about. I haven't tried them on in a hot minute. I have no clue how they fit me anymore. And here are all of the shirts actively in the t-shirt rotation. Some of these are not like my favorite shirts in the world, but they do whenever the other ones are dirty. You can kind of see on this one that like the printing on it is like completely rubbed off because I've had it since 2021. It's been 5 years, but it's one of my favorite shirts. The Dinky Kaminari Thunderbolt shirt, which I think he wears like once in the show. I have some like Unprepared Casters merch and like t-shirts like this, which they don't sell anymore, but it is my favorite one. It's my Crack Open the Boy with the Cold ones, which the artist does not sell anymore. I might have to get in touch and be like, hey, do you ever have any plans to sell this again? Because I would buy like 5 of them if you did just one more selling of them. Then I have some of my oversized t-shirts that I have gotten from my stepdad, who does not like the ones that work gives him. Stuff like this and this gray one down here, where they're really comfy. They're not cute at all, but also they're really comfy and do well whenever all of my black t-shirts are no longer there. So these are staying for sure, just because I need to get more that I actually like besides just like the fit of. These I am completely unsure of. A lot of these are gifts from these are gifts from my brother that they're just not the right size. Same thing with this one, which is an Unprepared Casters shirt, which I don't know if I like the fit of enough to keep. And I have a whole bunch of like really old t-shirts that are like, this is a hand-me-down from my stepdad that doesn't fit him anymore, and like band t-shirts from when I was heavily in my emo phase. A Star Trek shirt that like I only really like the fabric of doesn't really fit me right, and I don't watch Star Trek, so I don't know why it's here. So I think there's gonna be a lot more to cut here, so we're gonna do that. Okay, I clearly added several of those t-shirts that I was pretty sure I was gonna get rid of anyways to that pile. This is a pile of t-shirts that I still like the way they fit me, just not for like my comfy area, and I never reach for them while they're in the drawer, so I think they need to be hung up so that they actually get worn. This is fairly old Little Simsy merch, as you can see, and I think it's really cute. I don't like that it's cropped, and I'm never gonna wear white really, so I want to keep it, but I have seen people do like a little craft where they like essentially put an item of clothing in a frame, and I think I might do that with this because it's like a nice square. You can kind of see the pattern on it. It's like a nice square. I think it would do well in a frame, and I don't want to get rid of it. It is merch that is no longer sold anymore, and I'm still a big fan of Little Simsy, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think it'll serve me better as decor. And then here are all of my favorite t-shirts from my favorite one, which is my Crack Open a Boy with the Cold Ones, to like the one that's like on thin ice. It's that Glycerian Trail Unprepared Casters t-shirt. But all of them are gonna go back in that drawer. I'm gonna have so much room in that drawer, which kind of sucks. It's like I don't really know what to do with it, but I do kind of need more t-shirts because like about 4 of these are like the shirts that I always reach for, and then I begrudgingly grab a hold of the other ones whenever I run out of those. So I need to add more shirts into the rotation, but that is where we are. I still need to do all of this stuff hanging in my closet. I think I might pull it out and like kind of pre-organize them and show you that, and then I'll show you at the end of it because it's probably going to take me too long to get done before D&D tonight. I think this might just go back in the drawer, but I'm going to add onto my like task list to look into framing it because I think that will be best for me. Okay, this may not look organized, but it is, I promise. So here are like all my holiday stuff. Most of this is Christmas. They're mostly Christmas pullovers and sweaters. Shirts that didn't really fit in anywhere else. There's like t-shirts. There's like a WU jersey in here. It's strange. Oh, that's where the dress went. I had lost where I put the dress, like one of the 2 dresses that I own, and I couldn't figure out where to put it. So there's the other one. These are like pullovers type things. I don't know if I'm going to keep any of those. And here are like all my sweaters, or what I consider sweaters. This should be a pullover. I did really good at organizing, quite frankly. I'm making fun of myself because I immediately fixed 2 things as soon as I turned the camera on. Here's a whole bunch of sweatshirts. I have so many of them for somebody that doesn't really wear sweatshirts anymore. And here are all of my button-ups. I have some that are like more casually, like this pinstripe one is pretty casual in comparison to some of the loud fabrics in there, but I'm very into like these lightweight, cool, very good for summer layering. Like I'll just put on like a tank top and then one of these over top of it, and it feels so nice because it's so cool. And then here are all of the like jackets that like zip up, anything that can like layer jacket wise, blazers, things like that. So that's what's happening here. I kind of think I need to go take a break, but everything is out of my closet except for if there's anything buried in the doom corner from where the cats knock stuff down, and I think that there most definitely is because I did find one of my Haikyuu jackets, which means that the other one is probably also in there because I believe I have a Karasuno one as well. That one was my Necklamelon. That's not great. So I guess I try stuff on. This dress I've literally had, I think it's funny, I've had this since I was in middle school and I love the pattern on it. Rarely wear it as like just a dress though. I tend to wear it as like an under a sweater skirt. So like I'll put a gray sweater on top of it and then it just functions as a skirt and it's really cute. My favorite way to wear that dress. These are my prized possessions. I'll show you my favorite holiday sweater just because I can see it from here. This is my Halloween one. It kind of glows in the dark sometimes. The paint on it doesn't work super well. I might get rid of most of my sweaters, to be entirely honest with you, because I don't wear a lot of those colors anymore. I've really leaned into like my reds and my berries and the black that I like to wear. Aside from my holiday stuff, I love to wear anything from my holiday stuff, and summer is an exception as well. Don't know how I feel about some of these things anymore, especially now that I know what kind of pants I have to pair with stuff. Like a lot of these blue things I would probably have gotten rid of just immediately because I don't like to wear a lot of intense blues with blue jeans. And for a while there, that was the only jeans that I knew fit and that I had easy access to. But now that I know I have a pair of black jeans that fit me really nicely, these are back on the table. I'm gonna try on a whole bunch of clothes in hopes that I can get it done before D&D. Okay, this will be the last update. I do need to bag all of this up, but this is everything I'm getting rid of. I'm gonna let my mom and my sister look through it since I'm visiting my sister this weekend, and we'll see what they take, if anything. Some of this is stuff that my sister gave me that I no longer want, that I like never wore, so that stuff still needs to go in my like cosplay tote. I need to also dig through that cosplay tote because I was thinking I was gonna find something I needed for my Ren Fair outfit, and then I didn't find it, which is never good. It might actually be, now that I'm thinking of it, in the tote bag that not in the tote bag, in the duffel bag that I have in my closet. I also need to figure out what I'm doing with this. Also, it's storming like crazy. I need to figure out what I'm doing with all of the hangers. Probably take them upstairs and put them in our extra closet, which is a whole other project. This is all that I'm keeping. I put all of my like summer stuff over here, as well as like here starts like cardigans and flannels and stuff. Like here's the tops that I have for summer. I don't have a very big summer wardrobe. Like all of this is fall and winter stuff. And I was like, I don't really wear any of that whenever it's too hot outside. But of course, I still do have all of my like oversized t-shirts and stuff. I also did keep this jersey. I think I'm gonna give it to my stepdad as a gift. I think I'm gonna frame it like I'm gonna do the little Simsy thing, which is why it's in here. So like I still have stuff. It's just not necessarily a lot. I do kind of think I should go and look for some more of these like t-shirts. Can't see it here because it's in there. Like they're like t-shirt length button-ups, and they're like funky colors, and they are probably my favorite things. I have worn this a million times, like genuinely more times than I can count. The only reason this is here is because it's really thin, and I'm gonna be wearing it for my own fair fit unless I can find the other thing that I'm looking for. But yeah, just some funky patterns, some funky colors, and I'm here for it. So that is the big thing. I gotta do like my final touches of cleaning up all the hangers, and then this is probably gonna go in my doom corner until I take it to my sister's on Saturday. Let my mom and her go through it. And I say Saturday like it's not tomorrow. And I will see you, I guess, after D&D. I think the pink works better like in this lighting. Lower lighting, more yellowy lighting. I don't know. I just finished playing D&D. My mom interrupted like not halfway, like maybe like 30 minutes ago, and was like, do you want Domino's? Do you want anything from Domino's? I was like, sure. I didn't know why she was going to Domino's at like 9 o'clock at night, but hey, more power to her. I won't say no to some Domino's. Well, I usually would, but I kind of am in the mood for some of their cheesy bread, so I get some of that. And D&D was really good. It was a lot of like talking and planning and scouting. We're in like the climax part, I think, of this section that we're in. It's a module, so I don't want to like say too much, but we just got that was Abigail. We're in like a climax portion where it's like we are at the biggest part of this area. Like we've cleared everything else that we can. I think what is happening, I'm like almost certain, like what's happening right now is homebrew stuff that our DM has added in, and I'm having a really good time. We've just had an NPC betrayal, kind of. We're theorizing and we have a lot of thoughts and we think we know what to happen, but that's to be determined. We're really scared that it's gonna be the people that like would have TPK'd us if they didn't intentionally leave us alive to send a message. So love that for us. That I know isn't canon to Dragonlance. It's just something our DM did. I was going to eat some like pizza rolls for dinner, to be entirely honest, but now I'm gonna stay up and wait for Domino's and have a good time with that. I am not sure. I'm a little too tired to do any more cleaning tonight, and it's late. I don't really want to clean after 9 p.m, so I'm not going to. What I have left on my list from the like section that I'm working on right now is clean a trash can and to clean my doom corner, which none of those are getting done tonight. None of those are probably going to get done tomorrow. It'll probably be Sunday before I get anything done, but even then, like, my Sunday is going to be packed with everything that I usually would do on a Saturday, so probably not then either. Probably will be put off until Monday, but that's okay. I think in the, like, free time I have right now, I might just lay in bed and watch YouTube. I might, like, go back and forth between watching YouTube and reading Liar Temptress Soldier Spy. because that is actually, I pulled some more tasks just because I was curious and I was getting kind of overwhelmed with the idea of having to go through all my clothes, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. You can see the bags of clothes in there of the stuff that I'm getting rid of that I just didn't want to take out to my car yet. I'll take it out probably tomorrow whenever I'm going in that area. I think I'm gonna cuddle with this dog and maybe 1 or 2 cats. We'll see. I feel like it's been so long since I've like played D&D. It's been like 2 weeks. For a while there, I was playing a lot of D&D, but right now I'm DMing more. And one of my games that I was actually actively playing in is on a hiatus. Strixhaven we're almost done with, which is one of my Saturday games. Is that what we're playing tomorrow? That's what we're playing tomorrow. It's almost done with, but we still are having scheduling issues like crazy, which it's Saturday. Everybody has scheduling issues on a Saturday. It's just that we have a really small party, so it's hard to like get anything done whenever we have a small party, because usually one person not being there whenever we're like in the end is kind of a problem. Our DM has also been having some issues with their internet, so I'm thinking about what games I'm in right now. My Wednesday game, which is Eridan, it's a homebrew campaign that my friend is running, is on hiatus right now because his work schedule changed. And then on the opposite Wednesdays of that, I run Curse of Strahd. So, and then on Thursdays, I run a homebrew campaign that I've been running for a few years now that also has scheduling issues like crazy. Or I don't have D&D on the opposite weeks. And then on Fridays I have Dragonlance, and then Saturdays I bounce between Strixhaven and then a homebrew campaign that hasn't officially started yet. We've been running like little one-shots in the world, but it starts in July. I just don't play a lot of D&D anymore. I will be running Spelljammer. I'm starting to run the Spelljammer one-shot in July for a small group of people. That'll be fun. I'm running it on every other Monday, starting on the 6th, I think. I don't mind not playing as much D&D. Like, I used to have sections of like my months where I would be playing D&D for 14 days in a row, and that's crazy. 2 weeks straight of D&D is crazy. I'm glad I don't do it anymore, but it was fun at the time. It's just weird to me to like now be like, oh, I only have a couple of D&D games this week. I have other social events that I'm spending time with my friends, but I have what we call gamer nights on every other Tuesday, every other Thursday opposite my D&D game. We have like standing plans to play Baldur's Gate 3, but like yesterday we decided to instead play Magic the Gathering, and then stuff will pop in and out. Every other Sunday I try to play video games with my sister, so that because she lives an hour away, so it's kind of hard to like see her super duper frequently because it's 2 hours out of your day to drive back and forth. That's why tomorrow is going to be crazy, because I'm going to drive over there really early in the morning so I can get back home after she's done my hair. Probably I'll leave her house at like 4 so I can get home at 5. That's the goal. But we're just gonna be doing the orangey red wildfire manic panic like we've been doing, like I did for myself the last time, and that should call out all of the manic panic. She is gonna bleach my roots and everything and redo the black in my hair, which means I need to stop buying the dollar store and pick up like the cheapest blue black hair that I have, which is what I do every single time. Oh, I wanted to tell you what the next list of mine is, which is full of just goodness. I keep saying I'm gonna like stop and then I don't. So the hard task is I want to do another generation in my Master Simmer Legacy challenge that I play by myself for The Sims 4, which is just like, I think I'm doing the programmer generation, this next one, which is gonna be fun. Like the heir for the generation just aged up to a teen as I finished all the goals for the one before, so it'll be the official like turning the stuff over to the new generation. My medium task is I want to read Liar, Tempter, Soldier, Spy, which I kind of need to get a move on. I think it's due soon, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it's due in like a week. I think it's a little bit over a week, but. And then I ordered a new charger for my DSi XL. I think I actually got one of like the Nintendo multi-chargers. I did it on a whim this morning. I shouldn't have done it before I started doing my financial planning that I do every Friday. But I did it anyways, and I bought one because I used to have a multi-charger for my Nintendo stuff, but it has disappeared. And I've looked for it everywhere. I've since reorganized my stuff. It's nowhere to be found. So I bought another one, and so I can charge my DSi XL, so I can play Cooking Mama, because I've been on like I want to play Cooking Mama so bad. I want to like reset the game and then play all the way through it. It's been so long since I've played it. Usually whenever I get into I want to play a DS game kick, I am like playing Imagine Babies or Style Savvy. Right now I'm in a Cooking Mama mood. And I've been in a Cooking Mama mood for like months now, and I just haven't prioritized getting the charger. But this was reason enough to prioritize it. I put it on my task list and I said, I'll be doing that. Hell yeah. Bless you. So that's me. The only reason why I did this was because I was trying to see if there's anything else I should do like during my little mini tasks at work, because I was pretty sure I was gonna have a little bit of time after D&D tonight to just chill. And also I'm just curious. I love the little randomization bits from it because it's all stuff that I want or need to do. In the case of cleaning though, I've gotten a lot of cleaning tasks in a row, which is not ideal, but having the goal of like, after all of these cleaning tasks that you just did, you are able to just put all of your focus and all of your free energy into gaming and reading. And I think that's fun. Like, that's something to look forward to. It's also really important to do that, like to completely reorganize my closet and to go through everything, get rid of 2 bags worth of clothing that don't serve me anymore. Like, that's incredibly important, and it hasn't been done in years. So I'm glad I did it, but I am so tired. I'm gonna chill out, relax, and I'll see you tomorrow morning probably. Hello. I have not recorded at all today. Yeah, turtle. She's screaming. It has been a very busy day. I woke up late, so I was just like, well, I'm just gonna get ready and go to my sister's, which is what I did. We, of course, did my hair. It's nice and orange. Maybe I'll get a better picture or video of it. It's nice and orange, and I no longer have like my grayish brown roots. So she's living. It's been done. My hair doesn't feel awful. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break off, which is always a plus. I have definitely melted off some of my hair before. So we did all that. I went with my sister to go pick up her grocery store order, and then we went back to her house, ate some lunch, and then I basically left and I came home and then immediately had D&D after I walked my dogs. So I have not really had a chance to just chill. It may only be like a little bit past 9, just like yesterday, but I am tired. I've been out pretty much all day and it has been hot. We are in a little bit of a heat wave and the humidity is awful. And it's just a bad time. So I do kind of just want to blast my AC, which is not on currently because it's really loud, so I don't keep it on whenever I'm recording. But I'm going to blast my AC. I'm going to lay in bed because I have not. This is my first time sitting down in bed since I got home, since I've been out today. I'm so excited to just lay in my bed. I'm exhausted. I had a really good time in my D&D game though. We are playing Strixhaven and we're in the like second to last area, I think, before the end game. I of course love hanging out with my friends, and we literally could not stop laughing. We were making the stupidest jokes, and then our DM would be like, so about that massacre I'm gonna describe for you. I was like, Cam, you're making me feel bad. We didn't know you were gonna describe a massacre. We should have known. Context clues. Oh, I did do something. I picked up my Michaeloth, which I do have in here. 1 second. I put it in my wallet so it wouldn't get messed up, because it is just a single card. They didn't give me like a bag or anything, which is totally fine because it is literally just a single card. But Magic the Gathering check. So Michaeloth. It's going in my Shadowheart deck. I need to put her in my like collection of Shadowheart cards. So that's gonna be there. That's the like thing that almost made me like late for D&D, is that I was like, well, I want to go to the grocery store kind of early tomorrow morning, and the game store doesn't open up until 1. So I was like, I'm just gonna stop on my way home. I've told them that like I might be like a teensy bit late, but I will be there. So I went and stopped by and got this, and it was really busy because they had Commander Night tonight, and I kind of forgot about that. They're very busy like all of the time unless you get them right whenever they open. There's like an hour of leeway on Saturday mornings, which is typically whenever I go, because I just have a hard time because it's such a small space. It gets so busy so quickly, and I get overwhelmed. I can't do it. So with that in mind, I am gonna go relax because it's been a long day, and I will see you maybe in the morning. Hello. Yeah, hi turtle. I just got back from the grocery store. I'm gonna eat some lunch and then I'm gonna rest for at least 30 minutes because I'm kind of exhausted and it was very hot, even if it was early in the morning. Yeah, it was hot. It's been hot. So I have my planner, which gorge, and I'm looking at my list. I did not update my planner at all yesterday, so that's something I'm gonna need to do. Like, mark off everything that I did yesterday. I think for the most part, this is going to be I need to update my calendars, which it's not like the end of the month, so I don't have to update my dry erase ones. But I do need to update this. I already have stuff kind of like pre-prepped, and anything that I've thought about for this week has already been put into here. But I do need to do like my normal to-do list and really just like set everything up for next week. And then it's going to be a lot of cleaning. I will bring you along for a little bit of my planning for next week, but it's gonna kind of be a boring day, I think. Sundays are my reset day. I try to make sure everything is in order before the next week. I will be playing Repo with my sister later on until we get frustrated. We're trying to get some more of the cosmetics because we only found one box last time, and we did miss our like sister hangout time last week, which is whenever we basically just play video games together on Sundays for about 3 hours. Because she lives like an hour away, we don't get to see each other super duper often except for like holidays when she does my hair. So we have started playing video games together. So I do kind of need to make sure I do all of the stuff that I need to do before 7 so that I'm not late to our hangout time. But like, she also had to grocery shop today, so she gets it. Yeah, so that is the vision. This is what my planner looks like at the end of the week, pretty much. It's mostly like stuff that's checked off, to be entirely honest with you. I don't put a ton of stuff besides like my routine stuff in here. Anything extra that I do throughout the week typically goes into my hobby journal, and I do have a future log, so like if stuff pops up, it does go here. It doesn't get completely used. I do have like notes for financial planning and stuff. That's what I do my like notes column for. I started doing the vertical to see if I would like it, and I do like it better than the horizontal that I was doing, which I will show you just by holding it up. This is kind of what the horizontal looks like, and it's fine. It's just I found myself getting lost on either side and forgetting about stuff. But I think that's my cue to turn the AC back on and lay in bed. So I guess I'll see you then, since Turtle has said it's time to quit. morning. It is Monday. It is another work day, so I will be working today. But I've already this morning done a little workout and cleaned a little bit for my daily cleaning tasks. I don't have anything particularly exciting like social activity wise today, but that's not a bad thing because that means that we can work on the Doom Corner, which is mocking me right now as we speak after work today. So also, hi Abigail. That's what the plan is. For my breaks during work day, I'll probably play some of my Master Simmer because the next set that I have for my tasks. Oh, I completed one task yesterday. I cleaned my trash can yesterday. All I gotta do is clean the Doom Corner and then we get to a scrumptious task list, which is playing some video games and reading a book I'm already reading. It's always exciting. I'm very here for it. It's gonna be a pretty chill day today. I might do a little like Master Simmer clip where I like, what did they used to call them back in the olden times? Like current household mini bit. I think that could be fun. Show off my Sims and let you know what I'm working on currently because I'm getting ready to start a new generation in my Master Simmer, so it'll be a good time. The heir just aged up into a teen, so it'll be very fun to see what I can get done before she turns into a young adult. But I'll save that mostly for after this. I'll make sure to write a note down that I want to do this. But otherwise, I will probably play some Sims, read a little bit, and clean my Doom Corner today. Not sure exactly what I'll get done. My goal is to get the Doom Corner done today. That way I can completely mark off that task list because I'm almost done. I'm so excited to be almost done. That was a lot of cleaning in a row, which the only way I got through it was continuing to add more task lists and vlogging. Thank you for hanging out with me while I did a lot of cleaning. I'll see you after work, probably whenever I pull everything out of my Doom Corner, which is gonna be so fun. You can tell by the excitement in my voice how fun that's gonna be. I don't even know what's in there. We'll figure it out together. The big thing that I do know about is that I'm gonna have to take those trash bags full of clothes out to my car because I didn't do it yesterday when I went to the grocery store and I did not drop them off at the thrift store. But that will be a Friday me problem. I'm going grocery shopping on Friday instead of Saturday or Sunday this week because it's busy. I've got the Renaissance Fest on Saturday and it's Dad Day, Father's Day on Sunday, so I'm not going shopping then. And I just know myself and I'm not gonna want to go shopping on a Monday. That sounds not fun to me. So with that in mind, I'm gonna take a note of the fact that I want to maybe do a current household bit in this video for my Monday clips. And I'll see you later. Bye. It has been done. Everything has gone where it needs to go, and while the Doom Corner still exists, it is in a much more functional state of being and it is a lot cleaner. I am now very tired, having done a honestly very dreaded task immediately after work. So I am gonna lay in bed and read, probably mixing it up with some YouTube, but that was like the last thing on the little task list that I needed to do. So we are officially in our hobby era. I've got 2 games on my list. One of them is Master Simmer Challenge Sims 4, which I will record that little current household at a later time, probably tomorrow, because I don't want to do it today. And tomorrow will be the last time I am actively filming for this video. The second one is Cooking Mama, which also I will not be able to do until tomorrow because I have a charger that should get in the mail by end of day tomorrow, but I don't know exactly when it is going to get in the mail, so I don't know exactly when I'm gonna do it. But the one thing I do and can and want to do right now is read Liar, Tempter, Soldier, Spy, which is that book that I've been working on. So I'm gonna do that interspersed with YouTube because my brain's a little fried. I will say I am enjoying Liar, Tempter, Soldier, Spy. although it is still, I'm not even 100 pages in, so it is still a little bit hard for me to keep track of who all is doing what. And it's nonfiction, which is not typically what I read, although it is narrative nonfiction, so it is more in line with what I typically read. But still, even if it was fiction, which it's not, it would be in the historical fiction category, which I don't really read a lot of anyways. So I'm kind of out of my element here. Like, you saw whenever I was updating my reading journal, mostly a fantasy guy in this house. So that's where we stand, and I'm gonna go cool down and read some because that feels like a good use of my time. Hello. Told you I was gonna show off my Sims. I can also show off my turtle really quickly. She is actually just ever so slightly out of frame. That's so rude. She was literally just sitting perfectly in front of the camera where you could just see her little head. So these are my Sims. This is Angel. She's really nice and normal. Really nice and normal. So what I do with this family, which is the family that I play with while I am like trying to keep myself sane at work, just in my little breaks and stuff, is that we are trying to basically do everything that The Sims has to offer. That's the vision for it, at least. It's called the Master Simmer Challenge, and there are a whole bunch of like generation goals that are set up in different sets, and I've played a fair few of them. I'm nowhere close to done though. Like, there is a whole like goal sets tracker I have in my spreadsheet that goes all the way up to 91. Like, there is a lot. There might even be more now that more expansions have come out, but I am not buying anything new Sims 4. And that's a whole other thing. I am actively boycotting The Sims, even though it's a game that I have over 1,500 hours in. But there is an active boycott going on right now for The Sims 4 because of the EA sale and all of the awful microtransaction stuff that they've been doing to prepare for that sale. People are still fighting back, signing petitions, all of the good things, which I will put some things in my description because it is something I care a lot about. I'm a little fried after work, and I already got mad about The Sims 4 earlier today, but it's just important things to know. That's the reason why you'll see a lot of big Sims creators right now not touching anything new Sims 4 that is paid content. They may still be doing some of the free stuff, like the event rewards, because that is their channel. This, I'm just showing you because it's something that I'm doing in my life. I'm vlogging. I don't intend to like do a Sims 4 Let's Play or anything for any kind of challenge, despite how much I love The Sims 4. It's a buggy but still very good life simulation, though I am very excited to play some Paralives and have another option outside of EA and whatever the conclusion of the sale will be. This generation is currently Generation 6, technically, because our Generation 7 heir has not aged up yet. I've played with this family for 7 generations. It has taken me several years to get to this point. I genuinely barely remember our Gen 1 Sim, and there's no way for me to tell you about her besides what little notes I have in my spreadsheet, because this is a save where specifically Angel and her twin brother Mikhail fully corrupted my save somehow. Not entirely sure, but you'll see that it does not extend past Robin. It looks like I've only got 3 generations right now. Not technically true. So I'll run down some of the lists. Some Sims that you will not see. Melanie and Aaron Stevens. This is my Stevens Master Simmer Challenge. So Generation 1 was my author generation. The whole focus around it was doing a whole bunch of writing stuff, which I completed. I'll put like the goal lists up also on the screen. And that was with Sims that are no longer in the family tree. The second generation, I had a whole bunch of goals, and it was my like florist generation. There was a whole bunch of seasons related stuff, and basically the gardener career was the big thing with that one. Generation number 3 was the like astronaut generation. I did the interstellar smuggler route and built a rocket ship. It's a very fun time. Generation 4 was the athlete generation, so it was just basically doing the athletic career and and maxing out the fitness skill. There wasn't a whole bunch to that generation. And that was the father of this generation right here, Robin Stevens. She is now dead. She just died like last week in game. She is an icon, beloved of our time, and she was married to Annie, who also died very, very recently. Actually, at the same time that one of my cats died in game. It was really messed up. And then she glitched, and it wouldn't let me put all of the stuff in her household inventory. It just kept giving me the pop-up over and over and over again. So I had to just delete her entire inventory, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. But that was... Robin was the main sim. Robin was part of the green technician career, did a whole bunch of like eco-lifestyle stuff, having a toilet converted into a compost container, a lot of the like civil designer, green technician career things. Bug hotels so you can have biofuel. It was a fun time, but I'm also glad it's over because that one was so hard. And then the generation that this beloved sim, Angel, was the scientist generation, which I was not super excited about. I've played the scientist career a million times. Genuinely, the amount of times I play the scientist career is so many, and it's because it's one of the few active careers, and also probably the best active career, in my opinion, aside from acting. I like the acting one, but the best active career in Get to Work, to be precise. And also because it's the first gen in the Not So Berry challenge, and I've started and stopped that one a million times over. So her big thing was to max the scientist career, which she clearly has, and she's gotten 6 different raises, so she makes $337 an hour. Simoleons, sorry. And she also has 16 vacation days. She's doing great. She's having a great time, and she's a mad scientist. Yeah, so true, icon. One of the things that she needed to do was invent all of the inventions, which her inventory is a mess. But some of those inventions include a simray, which you can use to transform people and items, freeze ray, mind control. It's kind of crazy. There's also this thing, which is called a satellite dish, where you can like neighborhood hive mind and give people strange moodlets. You can contact aliens. It's crazy. There's also the wormhole generator, which you can travel to Sixum, which is the alien world. There's a whole bunch of different inventions. I think they're really fun, and it's a big reason why it's my favorite one. This is her home lab, and this goes into more of the things that she did for her generation. She had to perform every possible upgrade on an invention, and that one I did with the simray, so her simray is completely done up. She also needed to complete and display at least 3 collections of a certain set of them, which included the elements, the geodes, microscope prints, and space prints. So what we did was we did the microscope prints, which are all of these. It's not very pretty, but that wasn't my goal. Let me turn on the lights, actually. I didn't even realize it was dark in here. Where are my little tiny lights? There is one. Turn on all lights. So, microscope prints, which are very pretty, like genuinely. Why do I have 2 of the same one? Oh well. I know I have all of them because I have a tracker that I'm looking at. So I know I have all of them. It's just, I didn't realize that there were 2 of the same one just up on the wall. Then here are some of the space prints that I got. And some of them are kind of hidden a little bit, but they're also, again, gorgeous. And here's some more of them in the wall in here. And then I did the geode collection, which are rocks that you can only get from Sixum, which is the alien planet. And they're very pretty too. I like these. I think this was really fun. It wasn't super hard to get the geodes. I had a really hard time getting the space prints because there are simply so many of them. And the microscope prints, you had to get like very specific items for some of them to analyze and then get the prints from in this giant microscope. So much fun though. I had a very good time. It's not any collection that I've done before, so it's fun to do with these sims. And then I needed to visit Sixum twice, which I did both times, I think, just to get geodes, because I needed to get geodes and elements to make the serums, which was the last thing. You can make serums as a scientist, and they do a whole bunch of things, like protecting you from death, giving you the powers of an alien without you having to be an alien, giving you, like, handiness help. Like there's a whole bunch of different serums and some of them have very specific things that they need to make them. So some of them are from the alien planet that got released with Get to Work too. All of this stuff, Get to Work. That is the like pack that this generation is focused around. And then the last goal, which you may have already been wondering about, is you needed to have a baby with an alien. Now, I randomize how many pregnancies my Sims are going to get just because I have a tendency to like stick to the same, like either I'm in a 6 mood or I only want like 2 kids. So I've been randomizing how many pregnancies they have. That way there's a little bit more variety in the generations. So you can see last one I had just these 2 and it's because they only had 1 pregnancy. These 2, Mikkel and Angel, are twins. And Angel had a baby with Gabrielle Randolph. Gabrielle Randolph may look like any ordinary Sim, but if I can get Gabrielle to come over so I can show you. Because Gabrielle is, it's a little different. We are in fact seeing her disguise because she's an alien. Block the camera there. Also, love the fits. Unfortunately, I have not given her a makeover since very early on. But, oh, I didn't cast off full edit mode. I'm gonna have to come back in here. Maybe. It might let me look at it. So as you can tell, Gabrielle Randolph is an alien. She's not a very good Sim now that I'm looking at it. I don't know if I've ever looked at her traits before. She's a grouch, self-absorbed, and nosy. And she wants to be a wizard. A magic user. Can you do that as an alien? I feel like you should. The whole thing is that you're not supposed to be able to be more than one occult. Like you can see that there. That there is only one space for it to be an occult. But how do you not be an alien? Angel had a child with Gabrielle, who is an alien, named Jessie, which I will show off Jessie to you in a second. I love her. She is everything to me. She's also blue, which is not ideal, but she did get that from her alien mom, and you know, I can't be too mad about it. Let's show off Jessie. And then I'll tell you about what she needs to do for her generation. It's not very much, to be honest with you. It is mainly just do a career, max a skill that she's already level 9 at. Like, she needs to master the programming skill, and I've been working on that because there's not much to do now that I'm in that, like, weird transition period between generations. And need to complete the Computer Whiz aspiration, which also just needs the career to finish it off. So this is Jessie. I think she's cute. She is not an alien. You can see that she's just a regular guy. But she's very cute and very blue. She is still a teen too, so she doesn't have her last trait. Her traits for right now, she used to be outgoing, but then her grandma died. And she didn't cope with it very well during her grief. And so her trait changed to a loner. And she's also a child of the ocean, which means I think I'm going to move us into Sulani, which is the island, which is like the beachy one. Yeah, I think she's cute. So that's Jessie. I'll show off all of Angel's outfits too, since we have her here. So this is her. Oh, yeah, she has multiple outfits. Oh, why did I only change her top? So I don't change their outfits very often. Usually I will add extra outfits. Oh, she has multiple outfits for some of these. She has like 2 sleepwears. She has 2 hot weather. That's cute. She has 2 cold weather. She also has additional traits. She has outgoing, bookworm, and neat, which are things that like pop up as you're playing the game if she gets really into doing things. But I don't change their outfits or give them additional outfits super often. Usually because I will do that. Like I'll give them additional outfits as like birthdays happen. I'm giving somebody else a makeover, so might as well add another outfit to them. But because there was only 1 kid in this one, there wasn't as many birthdays. So Angel doesn't have as many outfits. The exciting thing is, I know how many pregnancies Jessie is going to have. Jessie's gonna have 4 pregnancies, and she had a really good bar with Gracie Fang, who I intend to have her marry. They're high school sweethearts. Unfortunately, Gracie is a little bit older than her, so she already aged up, and then over the past couple of days, her romance bar went down really far, which is not ideal. I could have probably fixed it with an age down potion that Angel could have made. I didn't want to go through the effort, to be so honest with you. So I didn't. I'll just have them romance each other again, and if Gracie ends up in a relationship, I'll just break them up. I don't care. I've ruined your marriage. If you have other kids, I'll adopt them. Have a complete mess of a generation because there's going to be like 8 Sims in a household. That's fine. This is also my little guy. His name is Little Buddy. I'll tell you a story about Little Buddy. He is my cat. He is also an elder, and it's going to make me really sad when he dies. But I just mentioned a little bit ago that I had a cat who died in this game very recently at the same time. My grandma died. By my grandma, I mean Jessie's grandma. Little Buddy had a mom named Speckle, who was Angel's cat. Because usually I will like bounce back and forth between cats and dogs from generation to generation. Speckle, however, I did not realize was not spayed. So she ended up having a litter of kittens because she was one of the adventurous ones that just kind of like ran around. She got pregnant and she had some kittens. Little Buddy is one of those kittens, and he is so cute, and he's also incredibly sad right now because his mom is dead. So I'm coping really well with that, and I'm not really nervous because he is also an elder, and the last time I checked he was gonna like die in 5 days. I will handle that well as well, definitely. Anyways, let's talk about Jessie again. Jessie is part of a set called Startup Entrepreneur, which is not what you would think. It is not businesses and hobbies related. It is base game related. The job is called Startup Entrepreneur, which is in the tech guru career. Can I speak? Maybe. But that is the career that she needs to max for her generation. She also needs to max the programming skill. I did mention she's already like level 9. I think she's also like halfway to level 10. So she's gonna get there pretty fast. And she also needs to complete the computer whiz aspiration, which the only roadblock we're having right now is that she is not an adult. So she can't have a job. So she can't, well, she can have a job, but she can't have the job that she needs. So I cannot complete it. She needs to reach level 3 of the tech guru career and become an adult to continue on her aspiration. And then it's like reach level 5 of the tech guru career and have spent 100 hours on the computer. That's a weird aspiration. I mean, that's fine, but it's still a weird aspiration. I also currently am having, she's really into dancing. She's having a good time. I'm currently having Angel work on her soul's journey. And she's pretty close to like getting all of her dreams fulfilled. It's like her bucket list things, and I have been working on it. She wanted to do like some knitting, so I gave her an extra aspiration. She wants to write the greatest book ever, and that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on her writing skill, and she's like level 7 writing right now. So true, Little Buddy. But that is where we stand here. So yeah, you saw my evil laboratory. It's very cute. Not really. I could make it look better. I'm not going to, though. I don't even know who made this house. But the, like, bedrooms I decorated myself. I think they're really cute, but also they are very predictable in terms of style. I have a really bad... That's an entirely blank wall. I have a really bad tendency to just go pastels because it's my favorite. I mean, if you look behind me, there's a lot of pastel colors everywhere. Pastel pinks, blues, and purples are my favorite things in real life, so I do tend to just kind of carry that over and make my Sims also have those. But they look cute. So yeah. I also have a little greenhouse. I did build the little greenhouse, but it was necessary for some of the serums and things like that, so I needed it. It's also kind of ugly. Huh. I haven't looked at it zoomed out before. That's crazy. Anyways, this house is really cute. And that's my big observatory for looking at the sky. Other than that, there's not much to say. I don't have a ton of Sims, so there's not a lot of stuff I'm working towards right now besides getting Jessie to age up, and she ages up on Saturday, and then we can like officially start her generation. It's also like a couple of weeks still until Angel becomes an elder, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, we're just in that weird transition period where like you finish the earlier generation, you're just about to finish everything you can do as a teen, which is, I mean, look at that. That's her programming skill. She's nearly done. Like, that's as much as I could do as she's a teen. But right now we're also living in Oasis Springs. I love this lot. I think it's so pretty. The like grass right up against the desert. Gorgeous. That is my current household. Master Simmer generation. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, vlog-wise, I am probably going to hang out, lay in bed, do some reading. Actually, I got a charger for my DSi XL, so I might actually lay in bed and play some Cooking Mama. Because I wanna. And then I do have gamer night tonight with my friends, which is what we jokingly call a night when we just play video games together. It started off ironically, and now it's just what I put in my calendar and refer to it as. We're going to be playing the last episode of Dispatch tonight, which I've already played. I'm running it for those friends. Like, I'm the one Jaegering all of the things. We have some mods to make it easier to, like, pause stuff so that the latency issues, the lag from different time zones, is not as problematic. We're gonna do that. I'm excited for them to see the end of it, and I'm excited to see if we have a different ending tonight than I got. I don't think we will, though. I think that we're pretty well on the same path that I got whenever I ran it solo. Dispatch is one of those games that I think I would like to play again and record. I just need to give myself more time away from it. Like, we took a really big break between the time that I played Dispatch, my friends and I played Dispatch, and then I'm gonna take more time to like kind of forget what happens. Not fully, but like kind of, before I do any kind of recording of it. So with that in mind, I think that's enough yapping for this. I will probably record like a little clip of me playing Cooking Mama. So that's the plan for tonight, folks. So, I wanted to show you what I did last night. I got gold star on the whole first page, which was a little bit harder than I thought it would be, but I still did it. And that's, I think, how I'm gonna split them up whenever I do play Cooking Mama more in the future, simply because as much as I like playing Cooking Mama, I kind of want to like spread it out instead of playing it all like right now, which I definitely could do. Also, this is the next day. This is Wednesday. I'm just wrapping some stuff up. So, I had a really good time vlogging this week. I don't vlog super often, but I did enjoy it. So right now, my 3 goals are the Master Summer Generation, finishing up Liar, Tempter, Soldier, Spy, and Cooking Mama, which I showed off my Cooking Mama. I'm still working on my Master Summer thing. It's been my like in-between work stuff for this one for the past few days. And then Liar, Tempter, Soldier, Spy, I'm about 200 pages into, and there's so many more to go. But I did get an extension on my library loan, so I have plenty of time to do it. I at least don't have to like binge read it over the next couple of days because I am so busy this week. I'm even busier than last week. Sometimes I feel that way where it's like everything is happening all of the time and then it's just like, ah. But today is Wednesday. I have another really chill day today. It's gonna be a good time. I did play Dispatch with my friends yesterday and we got an ending that I didn't get whenever I played solo, which was really exciting. I now only have like 10 achievements I need to get. So I'm gonna give it a few months and then come back and play that again. I'm not sure if I want to play it with like a timer pauser for YouTube or not, as like my official like no stress, just chill thing, or if I want to like achievement hunt and Dispatch for YouTube. I might do both, to be determined, but I'm not going to do it anytime soon because I kind of need some time to forget how the outcomes go, forget all of the places where the QTEs are, how to do the hacking, all of that fun stuff. I like to give myself some breaks in between runs of games that I really like that are very story based. Thank you for coming along and playing some games with me this week, doing some reading. I had a really fun time. It may not have been the most eventful week, but I'm still very happy with it. And I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to do it as well. Thank you for motivating me to clean, at the very least. I will see you in another vlog or another video. Who knows what's gonna happen next? I don't even know when this is going up. I'm recording this in June. But regardless, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you next time.